If we were a real throuple, we would have killed each other.
Yeah, literally, we'd be the next Netflix documentary.
We're all such jealous
true
bitches.
crime.
I think we're all really jealous.
We're all very
people.
jealous.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Lord Far Squad podcast. My name is Miguel.
Miguel just took a huge hit right His mouth is so dry.
Bro, I've been eating these Osha Pops. If you haven't had them, they're really good, but they dry your mouth hella fast.
Anyways, I'm Mandy.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to
He's
the
Miguel.
Guys, thanks so much for listening into this podcast. Today we have such a special episode. Okay, Manny, take over.
We have a special episode, but before that, guys, let's check in. Miguel doesn't seem to be doing so well. Barbie isn't here, and you know what? You guys are used to it at this point, so
yeah,
she's busy.
yeah. Barbie's not here this episode, but she was here like how many episodes has she missed so far?
I think 2.
Like 2. So this is gonna be that second one where she's gone. But in replace, we have a very special guest who's not going to be talking so much. He's so shy. And that's okay. But my boyfriend Axel's here.
Aww.
Just go say hi.
Axel, say hi.
Hola.
Hey.
Hola. So he'll chime in as we get into this podcast. But today we're so excited because we have a super special episode. We were at lunch. I was at lunch yesterday. And there was a friend of mine who had posed a question. And then she goes on to explain like the situation that her friend is in, and she's in like a situationship, right? So that got me thinking like, and then I gave her like the most solid answer. I was like,
okay, he's kind of smart.
I was like philosophical, theoretical. I was religiousical. Yeah. And so then that got me thinking. I was like, dude, what if we posted on the podcast page and ask everyone for like advice? Because like I feel like I'm a guru, and I know Barbie's not here. Barbie's in a relationship for like 2 years, and so I'm sure she would be a really good guru.
The best person.
She's probably the best one out of all of us. But like, and then there's Mandy. I feel like she studied like social work. So I feel like
I was like, what do you say? What about me?
No, like,
what about me?
But you've also been in your own relationships, and I think
true.
you could also provide like insights. And I was thinking like, dude, we're like the perfect trio who is now a duo because our third is in here.
But yeah, we're going to get into that. You guys sent in a lot of questions. Some of them are completely unhinged, which I appreciate. And some of them are very, very good.
But before we get into that, Mandy, what's your life update?
Bro, I was literally thinking about, there's just so much. Okay. I was just telling my therapist this week, I'm like, I don't know what it is. She was like, wow, things seem to be really good for you. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. So I recently quit my job at the thrift. Everyone applause. Woo! We hate that. We hate that place. It was so bad. I stood up to the owner and I told her that it was just a shit show and like working there was like toxic. And she apologized to me for some stuff. So I was really proud of myself.
Can you give us an example of like one thing she apologized for?
Well, when I first started, she yelled at me for something I didn't know I was supposed to do. And then she was like, I realized like you had just started, so you probably didn't know you were supposed to do that. And I'm like, yeah. It was like my 3rd day.
Wow. And
she was like, yeah, I'm sorry for that. So she did apologize for some stuff, which was validating. And a lot of the stuff I said, she was like, that's valid. So I was like, thank you. And then in that same week, I got a job offer for a social work job, and I'm getting paid the big bucks. And I went to my first training on Thursday, and it was this huge corporate building in Newport Beach. I shared this office with one of the other case managers, and it like overlooks the beach. So I was like, I'm kind of moving up.
So what are you doing though?
Case management.
Like what's your job title?
Case manager. Do you know what I mean?
Can you elaborate?
There's a dead look in his eyes.
Yeah, I'm like case manager.
So basically, it's like for a sober living facility in Palm Springs. So I'm basically working with clients with mental health issues. And case management is basically just making sure all their like vocational, social, housing needs are met, basically. And then eventually, once I get my associate's license, I'm going to move up to therapist. So things seem to be really working out. And then this week, I was like, I don't know, it just seems too good to be true. Like this job, I was in a corporate meeting and it literally felt like one of those Hallmark movies where people are in like corporate meetings and like everybody's like going around and talking on this big table with a big open window. And I was like, this just doesn't seem real. I go home and I'm like, my throat kind of hurts. Strep throat round 4.
No, dude, Mandy is so susceptible to oral injuries. Oral injuries.
Stop.
That's the word.
That's a crazy way to say that. I'm sorry.
What's the medical translation?
Bruh. Anyways, I'm prone to strep throat. I've gotten it 4 times in the past year. And I don't know who I did wrong. I don't know who's cursing me, hexing me. But yeah, I was supposed to hang out with my crush this weekend and I wasn't allowed to because I have strep throat.
Strep.
Yeah.
And they did the whole like tongue swab and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're like, can you believe it? Strep throat. And I could believe it because it's the 4th fucking time.
And after 4 times, they don't like prescribe you some. Do they not tell you what the solution for it is? Like,
well,
is it
they
an
upped the antibiotics, and they're like, and they were like, you could get your tonsils removed, but like, it's not scientifically proven that would help. And I was like, okay, then why the fuck would I do that?
Whoa.
So she was like, see you next time.
So we'll be sure to sanitize her mic after this
Bruh,
episode.
I'm on antibiotics. It's fine.
Okay, I'm down. Do you want to split a soda? Like I'm like whatever you want, bro.
Anyways, so I was literally on my way here, and I was like thinking, how?
Yeah, that's so crazy. Yeah,
I was literally on my way here, and I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, like I'm down in the dumps. Like there's the past 4 times I've gotten strep throat. Every single time there's one day where I don't think I'm going to make it through the night. Like I literally am just like, this is the end. This is my final hour. And then 4 times later, I'm here to tell the tale. So like every single time it happens. And then, so I'm on my way here just thinking about all my woes. I'm like, damn, this can be such good content for the episode. Like me complaining about my life. And then I was like, wow, it really can't get worse, huh? Miguel texts me. Yeah. Miguel texts me like, hey guys, like, can we push the recording like 20 minutes? I'm not there yet. And I'm almost there. And so I text
to the studio.
Yeah, to the studio. I text him, I'm gonna text him like F you. As I'm hitting send, I smash
T-bones a car.
I smash into a car. No, I didn't T-bone them. I hit them in the back.
That's crazy, but what was dude, I don't know. To me, it's so shocking because did you look at my text and then like a split second later, like you didn't try to look back to see you were about to hit this car?
No, okay. So I looked and I thought the light turned green. But here's the thing. Let me give some context to my situation. I am on 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol every 4 hours.
I love that.
Along with an Alka-Seltzer with
anything.
aspirin, along with the antibiotics that I'm taking. I have been in a fever dream the past 3 days. This is my first time leaving the house.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I was in another planet at this point. So I thought it was green. I didn't even try to stop.
And you floored it.
And I
floored it.
When I got out, she was like, I looked back and I was like, why is this bitch speeding? I was like, I don't know. I'm so sorry.
So you hit a car.
I hit a car.
But that was like an hour ago. So like, what are the emotions that are going on right now?
I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, me.
I'm also really sweaty. I think I still have a fever. Like I'm really overheating.
She's sick and twisted.
I'm sick and twisted.
But I think that's so funny because like and I used to work at like this ice cream parlor, right? Brewster's Ice Cream in Huntington Beach. And it was like 2019 or whatever. And I'm pulling into like the driveway of work. Like I'm in my fucking ice cream bib. And, like ready to clock. I'm so fucking holly and jolly. And then I hit a Tesla because I was pulling into that curb. And her name is Tenzi, by the way.
I remember fucking Tenzi.
And so I saved her number on my phone as Tenzi. I sent her a Merry Christmas.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You're
I swear to God.
fucking
No,
extra.
I swear to God.
You're so
because
annoying.
I saw her in my text and I was like, I remember you. But it was like 2019.
Oh, I'd be so pissed.
No.
I'd be so pissed.
And I would love to read like the excerpt of the text exchanges that we did because I hit her car. Oh my God. And I was pulling into a driveway of an ice cream shop. So therefore, like, I hit her accidentally. And then she comes out and she's like holding her neck. And she's like, oh, I have whiplash. Like, oh my goodness. Like,
How fast were you going?
Dude, we were pulling into a driveway. So I was going like, what, 3 to 5 miles an hour? And look, it was my fault. I get it.
She's so mean.
She's so real. And
she was
then
practicing her acting career.
I get it. Tenzi, Oscars 2025. I'm down. But then she grabs her neck and she opens her passenger door and it's her daughter who's like 15. Like she's like a sophomore freshman in high school. And she's like, you could have killed my daughter. She was like, you could have killed me and my daughter and you could have ended our lives and my husband would be alone.
Oh,
and this is all happening in like the parking lot of like my work establishment. And I'm on the phone with my dad, right?
Shit.
I'm like, Dad, like I just hit someone, but it wasn't that intense. Like we were pulling into a driveway, dude. And again, my fault, paid the insurance, it's fixed. But we were in a drive. I was pulling in like 2 miles an hour. So it was just.
You almost ended a whole family.
I almost ended a whole family.
You could have ended my life.
That was the only car accident that like I was very embarrassed of. So I see you.
Thanks. All right, what are your updates?
But dude, I feel like I've been talking for like the past half hour. No, we just came back from Coachella, guys. I got my phone stolen at Coachella. Whoever's living on in Los Angeles, California, I'm coming for you, bitch. Like I'm going to get my phone back. That's where my phone ended up.
Period.
So
everybody's fans storm that address.
If you're
Knock
listening
down
right
the
now,
door. It's like some old couple.
they're like senior citizens.
Senior citizens.
Oh no, I got my phone stolen, so that sucked. But the rest of the festival is really cool. I saw Lana Del Rey.
Bro, it was Gaychella this year. I was actually jealous.
Dude, I
really
were so
jealous.
sad that you weren't there.
I know.
We went to go watch Chaperone, and he was like, "Where's Mandy?"
I love her.
No, she was so good. So she's like the future of music.
She's an icon. Like staging, costume, her whole like vibe, all her outfits, her makeup.
I just want to say she deserved main stage. That was insane.
Yeah,
dude.
she's
Yeah,
really
she was at what, Gobi?
Yeah,
she was
Did
at
you
the
see
Gobi
her-
tent. Dude, surpassed the tent. Like people were out in the
Yeah.
sun. She was so big. I think she should have been in Yuma.
Did you see her outfit for this? For
The
this
butterfly?
weekend?
It was so cute.
butterfly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with her.
It was so good. But no, did you genuinely like? I was hooked. Loved it. I'm so sad that you didn't go because I feel like you would have loved the artists at this Coachella more than
I
last
know.
year.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, damn, I would have loved the artist more. But I just am not built for Coachella. Honestly, I wanted to take a shower.
No, Mandy, we fucked up last year. We fucked up, but this year we were okay. So last year, Mandy and I, if you've been to Coachella, you know that the campsites are like 10 by 30 feet in length, right? We bought one
for like
8
15
people
of us.
for 8 people, and we were trying to fit 8 people in there. It just didn't work. But this year, I made
We had one tent.
Yeah, it was one
We
tent
had
for like
no
6
food.
women. No
we
food.
had a can of hot dogs, no can opener, no stove.
And it was so bad. And I understand, Mandy, but I feel like this year was so like I sent Axel and the group that we were going with diagrams, literal like physical Home Depot ass measurement.
He said, "Let me
like,
get the feng shui right."
The feng shui was right. There was only good vibes. Had to send it to him, and we bought 2 campsites.
Yeah.
So like it's so much. It was so much better. We have to go back next year.
Yeah. Let me get my bag up real quick. Let me pay for my car accident.
I mean, you're gonna make so much more money.
I know, bro.
now.
I'm telling you, I'm no longer in my smooch era. I'm ready to pay for you, bitch.
Fuck off. But guys, don't forget she's still gonna be doing the thrift bundles. Go ahead and check it out.
No,
I just saw your
literally.
most recent one. It was really good.
Thank you.
And we went to college with her, right?
Yeah.
I forgot her name. I saw her and I was like, dude, I know who she is.
Yeah.
I loved her bundle. Guys, check it out at tiktok.com/. That's with 2 H's.
Amen. Thank you, Miguel.
2 H's.
He's always shitting on me whenever I bring up my TikTok model. He's like, "Oh, this
I
bitch
know, but when I'm like underneath, I'm like, yeah,
But
man,
now
get
he's
that
my
back.
But suddenly he's my number one
Maybe
supporter.
we like Michael this way.
So maybe like hit a blunt every every
Dude,
day.
literally, Richie,
and we get rid of the attitude.
Yeah, honestly, the attitude is so real every week. That's my update. Do you have anything to say?
Axel, what have you been up to?
Oh my god, guys!
Oh,
I'm not
he's
supposed
so
to
shy.
be here.
Oh, he's so shy.
Kiss the mic. Kiss the mic.
Supposed to be here.
We're
but
forcing him. He's literally being held at gunpoint right now.
I
Actually,
know.
Literally.
Miguel set me up for this.
But I told him, I was like, you don't have to talk on the podcast. It's only if you want to. Because
He's talking
guys,
in the podcast. Right?
today, like, we have such a cool topic. We're so excited to play your gurus in your love problems.
yeah, and we
You guys have so
and,
many
like,
questions.
There's so many questions. And so I told Axel, I was like, let's just put a mic on him in case. And then if he doesn't want to talk,
because we have a live
we have a
couple.
lot. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
Oh,
So I'm excited.
cute. Okay, let's get into these questions.
Okay, but before we get into the questions, Mandy, what are your qualifications to
my
answer
qualifications. I am a woman of 24, almost 25 years.
Woo!
Next week's my birthday. I have a master's in social work, which basically we have had to study relationships. We have had to study people and their connections. I have had one semi-successful
crazy.
relationship.
That's not true.
And it ended. So how successful could it have been? And I have a lot of opinions.
Okay, I love that.
Okay, Miguel, your turn.
What was the question?
What are your qualifications?
Right. Okay. So I've only been in relationships with women until I was a senior in college, in high school. And then I didn't.
What? Which one?
Senior in high school, sorry.
Okay.
And then I didn't do anything until I met Axel.
Oh.
That's not true.
We love lying.
Yeah, but technically I have no actual qualifications
Right.
to answer these questions because
Great.
I feel like I am just as stubborn as maybe a lot of you guys are.
Amazing.
But the only thing that I do have is really great health insurance. So I've
That's true.
so I've
He
been in
does.
therapy for the past year.
Amen.
And all the questions that maybe you guys have out there, I've asked in therapy. So I feel like I can share that
Period.
sort of wisdom.
Period.
What about you, Axel?
Oh my god. Well, I'm 23 years old.
Aw.
But I feel like I've only done like formal relationships. I haven't been in a lot of
Period.
situationships. I try
He
to
said, let me
I
get
try
straight
to
to the
avoid
point.
Let me get
those.
this one.
And yeah, I feel like most of my friends like do come up with me to like have like relationship advices.
And I
So
feel like you're very like
I hope
wise
so.
and
I
mature
hope so.
for 23.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't
I would
I
talk
don't
to-
like toxic relationships. Like fuck that.
But again,
Amen.
you do not have to actually answer any of the
I'll
questions.
just like I'll do some
If
comments.
we
For
see
the sake of your relationship, sometimes
piss me
stay
off.
silent.
I'm not gonna I'm
No,
not gonna
you
talk
should,
about
you
myself.
should. This is a safe space.
I'm not gonna talk about myself.
Okay, I love that.
You guys, I support you.
Okay, I love that.
Bye.
Okay.
All right, so I want to start with this one because you guys are missing your third. But in a romantic trio, how do you make sure that no one feels left out?
Guys, we're not a real romantic trio.
We're not a throuple.
We're not
But
a
I think did
But
the
like in our
question
friendship, I feel like that's important too.
Yeah, was the question more so like if we're each in a relationship, how do we deal with it?
No, it's like in our friendship trio, how do we make sure nobody
Does this
up?
listener think we're in a romantic trio?
Well, we literally had
Guys,
an
we're
episode
not.
called "We're
We're in a throuple.
Are we in a throuple?
No, guys, we're not. But we'll answer the question both ways.
Yeah, because no, I think that is something. Because like we've talked about, like some like even Barbie right now has so much FOMO. She's so mad. She's so mad that we're
But she
filming
wanted to
without
go
her.
to Portland with her
Yeah,
boyfriend,
so
and that's
sorry.
okay. Sorry, love.
So that's how it happens. I just feel like, specifically in our friendship, the point is that we all have really strong relationships with each other equally. It's never like, oh, Barbie's more my friend than Miguel, or like, you know, stupid shit like that. It's like, I don't know. Our friendships are different and we prioritize each other the same way still, you know?
But I would also say that like we've actually never been friends when we've all been in a relationship at the same time.
Once again, that's not what I was talking about.
No, yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
So you want to move on to the next question? Cool.
Yeah. I was really trying to like allude to the next next talking
Miguel
point.
didn't pay attention to anything I said.
No, I did, and but okay. So even back to that, like I wasn't going to talk about it, but I will.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that it's like, yes, that we all tried to equally prioritize our relationship with each other as the same. But there was definitely a time, and I feel like even now a little bit more so because I'm the boy in the relationship. Yeah. So I feel like I've always felt, and even in past years, that you and Barbie were like closer. And I feel like that was a point of contention with all three of us almost, where it was almost like a point of discussion about like who's closer to who.
Yeah, and I remember I would feel mad because like I'm like, oh, you and Barbie are closer because like you guys have film, you guys work together, you guys are in the same major, all that stuff. You guys care about the same thing. So I remember being mad about that too.
And at the same time, I was like mad because I was like, you guys are both the girls, so you guys could connect on more things than I could.
Which is true.
Which is so like.
It's like you can't. There's nothing you could do.
Like now
it.
you can't win.
Yeah.
So now I feel like I've grown to the point where I genuinely feel like we've like prioritized our relationship in the same way.
Yeah, I feel like at some point you just kind of get over it.
Yeah. I mean, after you've known each other for like 12 plus years.
Yeah, I just feel like jealousy is natural in a relationship. Like if you don't ever get jealous, then maybe you don't. I mean, obviously, like I feel like there is a healthy level of jealousy. Yeah. Because like obviously, if you care about somebody, you kind of want to spend all your time with them, and then if you don't feel like you're getting as much time as somebody else, you're gonna feel a little jealous, and that's natural. If you don't, then maybe you don't really care about that person that much. I guess that's how I feel about it. Yeah. And I think as long as you can just like get over the jealousy and not act stupid on it, then it's fine.
And
okay.
I would say that it takes like a lot of work.
Yeah. Okay, but going back to your question, yeah, we haven't all been in relationships at the same time. Because last time I was in a relationship, you and Barbie were. Yeah, you and Barbie were single, and now you and Barbie are in a relationship, and now I'm single, and neither of you bitches hit me up.
I know, literally.
I said, you know what's so crazy? I'm like, why don't we hang out anymore? Why do we only hang out when we record this pod?
So I think about both with like you and Barbie, but also like with other friends in general, where I feel like there's friends that I've had that when I was single, it was like we were so close because obviously they're your friends, but. I always thought that I wouldn't be like, or I was going to really try hard not to be that person who, when I was in a relationship, like immediately like doesn't hang out with any of his other friends. Yeah. And so, but sometimes I feel like I do fall into that. And so I'm trying to figure out like, how do I not?
Yeah, which it's like.
How do you find balance?
Yeah, how do you find balance? And like you only have so much time.
Yeah.
You know, and like a relationship takes a lot of time. And like obviously upholding friendships do too, but I mean like I've been there too because like when I was in my last relationship, I remember Barbie was like mad at me because she's like, you don't hang out with me. I'm like, that's literally not true. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm literally trying my best, but like I'm one person. I don't have the same amount of time, and I'm having to like split the same amount of time and add a new person into it, and so it's like
who you want to grow like
really, and it's somebody you're getting to know, so you have to spend more time, right? So yeah, it's like a hard thing to balance, and so I think it's just like recognizing like and talking about it, seeing like what needs aren't being met in all of your relationships, and seeing what can go, what can't, you know, give and take, balance.
So hopefully that answers your question.
I feel like it was a gag question, but like we made it. We made it a real question.
We did.
And if somebody's actually in a throuple, maybe that'll help you.
Yeah, dude, I can't even imagine.
I know,
literally can't.
If we were a real throuple, we would have killed each other.
Yeah, literally, we'd be the next Netflix documentary.
We're all such jealous bitches. Crime. I think we're all really jealous
very
people.
Jealous. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I'm a very jealous person. Okay, next question. Oh.
You're not in charge.
I'm not in charge.
This whole time, Miguel's like, guys, don't let me take over charge. Literally every single second.
Because I get anxiety that I'm like, okay, I'm not performing as well as I need to.
It's okay.
Okay.
Next question that I had listed is, what is your max age limit to date both younger and older?
This is
max age limit to date both younger and older.
You better be careful. There's a legally right answer and a wrong answer.
No, okay. So should we? Okay, I'll say that the youngest I've dated was.
Well. The youngest you've dated while you were what age?
The youngest that I dated when I first started dating again was 20. I was 22. And then the youngest was 20.
So 2 years.
So 2 years. And then the oldest I've dated was 20. Well, I'm 20. At the time, I was 22 again. And he was 27.
So 5 years older, 2 years younger.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of good. I feel like the youngest right now, I'm almost 25. Oh my God, almost 25.
Okay, don't say that because I'm 25 now.
I know, but I'm kind of I know you're like sad about it. I'm kind of excited.
No, dude, I'm depressed. Dude, you know when they tell you that your frontal lobe is like fully... I was so depressed the morning of my birthday. I was like, this is it. This
is all that I got.
This is all that I got. All the knowledge that I...
Okay, as a 25-year-old, I feel like the youngest I would date is like 23. So I feel like 2 years. Okay. 22, maybe if I didn't know and they were just like seeming really mature. And then they were like, oh, I'm 22. I'd be like, damn. But yeah, I feel like 2 years younger. Older.
I feel like you would go like a little older.
I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't. I don't relate with, if I go a little bit older, they're millennials. I don't relate with those bitches.
Fair.
I don't know. Like, I met this 27-year-old at a bar and they were super cute. And so I was like talking to them. And then halfway through, I'm like, something's wrong here. And then I found out they were 27. I'm like, oh, like we're just on.
But what is it about? Like,
just something.
How do you
about
differentiate
the way they talk.
a Gen Z versus a millennial?
Just something about the way they talk, their social media, the stuff that they repost. I'm just like, no.
They do that millennial pause.
Yeah, the millennial pause. No, so I just think, well, now I'm like 25, so like maybe I would 20. I feel like 23 to 28.
27? Okay, 28.
Maybe 22, but probably not. Yeah.
Fair enough. Why did we talk about that?
That was a question.
Oh, that was a question. No.
This man is a mess.
But I think it depends because, and this is crazy because I've known people who are like my age, like 25, and are dating like 19-year-olds.
I don't like that.
Gross.
That's weird,
like that.
right?
Gross.
I don't like it.
They should go to jail.
But okay, so then do the flip side, right? Like where years ago people who were our age were dating younger people, and now they're like, I feel like if you're older, like 45, and older, like it's not as uncommon to find somebody who's like 8 years younger than you.
Yeah. I feel like the older you get, the less it matters. But also, I'm still kind of like,
it's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Okay.
I
don't like it.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
So
Sorry.
if you're looking to
if you don't like it,
if you're looking to date, maybe start a year or two younger than you or older than you, depending on what you like.
But also, it's like if you're dating somebody so outside of your age range, I'm just like, what is wrong with your maturity?
Wow, real queen.
I just feel like I'm gonna question like, how old is your mind? Like, why haven't you aged? Why haven't you grown up? Like if you're 45 dating a 20-year-old, what does that say about you? Grow up, bitch.
We're talking about you, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah. Aaron Taylor Johnson. He played Quicksilver in Avengers.
Okay,
do you know how old his wife is?
That's a very you reference.
Wait, what the heck? His wife is like he's like known for having a wife who's like 40 years older than him.
I guess I have to Google.
Okay. If you would have said,
who else is dating somebody older?
What's his name? Who only dates 25-year-olds?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio. I feel like that's a very. Bro, who the fuck is Aaron Taylor?
Dude, you know who he is. He was in Godzilla.
So Aaron Taylor Johnson is 33 and his wife is 57.
Oh.
What is that age difference, Richie? Do that math.
Crazy.
24 years.
24 years.
But it's like backwards. So
what do you mean?
I mean like backwards than like stereotypical. Like it's usually
like he would be older. And
so I'm like, okay, wife.
Yeah, guys, before you guys go to that route, just maybe try your age range and then a little younger. A little... Okay, shut the fuck up. Okay, Richie,
Drink
next
some water,
question.
bitch.
Do I really sound bad? This
is so funny. The next question. I thought I got ghosted by my crush back in January, but I just asked a friend and it was a miscommunication. Should I try again even though it's been like 3 months later, LOL?
Yeah, I feel like it was a miscommunication.
How do you miscommunicate ghosting someone? Baby, you were ghosted. That doesn't make sense to me.
But her friend said it was a miscommunication. Okay, here's what I'm saying. Okay, this is the only reason because I've known people who they like talk to somebody and they friend zone them. but they like them, and then that person is like, oh well, obviously I'm not gonna waste my time because like they friend zoned me, and then they find out later that that person liked them. And so I'm like, here's the thing. I'm just assuming this person did something that made the other person seem like they weren't interested, so they did ghost them, and then they found out that they actually liked them. So then they're like, let me try again. So that's the only reason why I'm like.
But why would you, as a recipient of that,
because
be like,
their friend said it was.
I guess the real
question
question here is, do you spin the block? Do you go back to somebody that you were talking to?
If you're not talking to anybody else, why not? What do you have to lose? You already lost them.
Real. I agree.
I like to play the game. I'm like,
no,
give me any sort of attention.
No, there's a part of me that would get very frustrated that I already gave you a chance.
Also, we're such Scorpio, like my Scorpio moon, Miguel's Scorpio sun. We cut bitches off. You wrong us.
I have
cut
no
off.
problem.
Axel, take notes. You wrong us because you.
No, he's had that little glimpse.
That's true. That's
no,
true.
I agree. Honestly, there's a part of me that would tell you like one and done. Like you tried, you did it. Go like move on. Do whatever you got to do. If they come back, I'm not a bitch who can speak from from history. But at the time, I would have 100% been the kind of bitch who was like, sorry. But that's not the way that my life panned out. So
he spun the dice and he won.
Scorpio sun, Leo moon, Gemini rising. You take your pick.
Oh.
You're a Gemini rising?
Gemini rising.
You're
that.
Wow. The Leo. That's showing a lot.
So that's up to you.
Okay. Do we answer that, Richie? I don't.
Did we answer that?
I guess that's fine.
Okay, I really want. Okay, so
Are all of our answers? You do you.
¿Quiénes somos nosotros para juzgar? I don't know. Do whatever you want. Okay, so before we get into the rest of the questions, I had posted this. I posted the exact same thing on my personal page, and so many more people like responded. But then there was a very special someone who gave us like. It wasn't even he responded, or sorry, not he. They. It could have been he or she or they them. We don't know. But they had. The person had told me.
He's struggling so hard.
No, it was a DM. This is the DM. He said, my question is... Wait. Sorry. Come on, baby. Okay. Let's cut that. Ready? They said, what if you go no contact with your failed talking stage / situationship? And in quotes, he says, their idea. But then they break no contact 2 or 3 separate times in less than a month. That's 30 days. Okay. And then at the end of the month, they reach out to apologize and they ask for support because they're going through a hard time. But then they ghost you.
Bruh.
I still have love and care for them, but I'm tired of the push and pull.
Nah.
And then he said, miss you, love you, baby. Hope he crossed paths soon. Wait, not him. They said.
Was this personal to you?
well, I would love to respond to this question because it's like it's very real.
But no, it seems like this person doesn't know what they want. I wouldn't want to waste my time on that. I feel like I hate playing games. I'm very upfront with how I feel about people, and I'm like, use your fucking words. Use your words, bro. Like, I don't know how hard it is. Like, if you're going through something and, like, you don't know what you want right now, bitch, say that.
Vocalize it.
Use your words. I don't waste my time on people who won't use their fucking words because why am I wasting my time and energy? My anxious attachment will not. Like, I cannot handle.
I agree. But there's, like, a flip side of it because I would say that we have such... I'm an anxious attachment style, and like so are you. Mm-hmm. I said obviously, but obviously. But something that I did learn in therapy because I get very frustrated because like one of the biggest complaints when I talk to my therapist, like I'll tell her about my life and things that went bad. One of the things that she would always talk about is like timing. Mm-hmm. Like timing is everything. Yeah, and I would literally be like, I don't believe that. I don't subscribe to that belief because, like, if you're not on my time, you're not supposed to be on my time. But I think over the past year that I've been in therapy, I think she's, like, taught me that, like, okay, Miguel, like, you're frustrated, sure, but like timing really is dependent on every single different person.
Yeah.
So I would say personally, like some people also have the personality where they're not very good at like sharing their emotions, you know? So if you were in this talking stage for a while and then you went no contact for whatever reason, it kind of depends, right? Like if you were the person who like texted and said, hey, you know, I'm not really into the whole ghosting thing. So like if I'm going to move on. But if they don't have like the resources or the personality to be able to say like, I'm not in a good place right now. And that's on them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, and I feel like if you need that closure, then you can be upfront. It's like, hey, this is how this made me feel. I feel like you've been doing this shit to me, blah blah blah. Like you're the one who keeps ending the no contact that you set, and like that's really confusing. So I feel like being able to voice those things and seeing how they respond to that can help with closure. But it just doesn't sound like this person is in a space to create a relationship.
They're not on the same page as you.
Yeah. And like maybe it is a timing thing, but like then give it time. Like stop talking.
But then that makes you so sad.
Yeah. Which I'm not saying you're not going to be sad. And that's the thing. Like that's one thing I've been learning in therapy is like sometimes you can't solve feelings. It's like you just have to sit with them and like.
And let them be feelings.
Because like I'd worked through something. Actually, the one good thing my last therapist before I fired her taught me is that like we had worked through something, and then immediately after I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go do this, this, and this to solve it. And she said, solve it? She said, "But you just worked through this. Sit down." She said, you don't have to do anything about it. Just feel it. And I was like, what the? Like, no, like I need to solve this uncomfortable feeling. But it's like, no, sometimes there's nothing you can do. Like, you can't change how somebody else reacts to something. You can't change where somebody is at in their life. It's something you gotta pass through.
Maybe timing really is everything.
Perhaps.
So then they go on to say,
oh my God, there's more.
There's more. They said, okay, I'm going to add more because it's emo hours right now.
Period.
Going into no contact. I agreed because we were on okay terms. Not the best, but not the worst. We had hopes to maybe be friends again one day. Like I said before, I still have a lot of love and care for her. Oh, wait, I can say that.
It's fine.
And I still want to be there for her. I'm not expecting romance or to get back together. I simply want to be there for her. I did reach out again after no response and still haven't received one.
Damn.
I don't think I'm going to reach out again, but it's just odd. I've never experienced this type of back and forth before. I think it's in my best interest to leave it and be at this point. If she responds, then she responds. But if she doesn't, then so be it. I'm more worried about taking this experience and translating it into growth so I'm not shelled off. What?
Well, it sounds like they worked it out. I don't think there's a question left. Period.
Maybe
King.
they were just venting.
Period.
I was ready
King.
to love after several years of not being emotionally... Wait, guys. I'm going to cry. I was ready to love after several years of not being emotionally available. But then this happened. She happened.
Damn. Write a book.
I'm going to cry. And I don't want this to stop me from putting myself out there again after this settles. Any and all advice would be great. Love you guys.
I think, King, you got it. I think you know the answer. I think a lot of times people know the answers.
They just don't want to like...
Yeah.
They don't want to believe that they have to actually do what they have to do.
Yeah. And it's also like people want validation too, that like what they're doing is right, because a lot of times it feels shit, you know? And I think the validation is like, we've all been there. We've all been in and chased relationships that like we shouldn't have, that really hurt us in the end. And people always say time heals.
Oh, dude, it does.
It's a long ass time,
It's
though.
a long time. It can be, but
but it does.
I used to not believe that. I was like, I don't need time. I don't need time. I need this to be done now. But then obviously after like time,
then it's like, oh,
like shit does get better, guys. So I would say just I think you're on the right path. I think even just like being able to be vulnerable enough to like
share that
means your heart's in the right place, and timing is everything.
Keep it up, King. Write
Keep
your
it up.
poems.
Yeah, write
Cry
your
it
poems,
out.
write your novels.
Very
You are a $20 bill. You're not a
Oh.
penny. You're not.
love
That's a
Period.
quote. That was in like a
that.
Fast and Furious movie. Okay, next question.
The next question I have, well, kind of relates to this. Do you feel like you need to have a solo/healing journey before you're ready for a relationship?
No.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I
tell
feel
me
like
more.
I mean, everybody's different.
Yeah.
For me, I just feel like if I went from one relationship quickly to another, I feel like I can't end feelings like that. Romance to me kind of carries on. Like even now, like when I have romantic experiences, sometimes it'll like remind me of like other romantic experiences. So I feel like I have to be very healed before I want to be in another relationship with somebody.
Richie, could you read the question again?
Yeah. Do you feel like you need to have a solo/healing journey before you're ready for a relationship?
Okay, I guess the reason why me and you differ is because I think I'm in my first relationship with a boy now, which very much was a lot different than being in a relationship with a girl.
Yeah.
But the way that you talk about like jumping from one relationship to another, like I only ever did the one relationship with a boy.
You're like, that's an option.
Yeah. So like I don't even see it as an option.
Oh, so you're just like, before you get in any relationship, do you
Yeah.
feel like you need a solo? I think it's still important because, like, I don't know. I feel like when you're in a relationship, your biggest insecurities come out because you're like with somebody else.
So real.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like you have to have some sort of basis of who you are figured out. And I'm not saying like you have to have everything, but you need to have some sort of foundation for who you are as a person. I think it's important.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that a solo like healing journey on your own is any negative thing toward you. Like being alone and like learning to love yourself is obviously like very, very important. I think for me, like I had my whole college, career and a couple years after that to be alone, and I learned to love myself and everything. And so maybe like obviously maybe I do agree then.
Yeah.
Because like I had my own time, but it wasn't jumping from relationship to relationship.
But sometimes I feel like some of the long stretches where I've been alone, I've been like really healing for me. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I didn't have to be alone.
Yeah.
I could have somebody. Like, I feel like I could have still learned.
And that was another thing that I think my therapist and I would always like fight about.
Uh-huh.
Not fight. She would just let me like elaborate. But it was just like I don't need to be I don't need to be single or like feel alone to have learned all of these lessons or to like learn who I could have done that alongside someone.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think one thing though is like I know relationships in some aspect have held me back from some things. Like when I went on my Costa Rica trip, I feel like I could be gone for so long because I'm not like nobody's at home like, where are you? Come home. Like, and I'm not like, oh, I need to go home because like I'm missing them or whatever. It's just like, bro,
Yeah.
y'all bitches don't give a fuck. Like, I'll see you next month,
Yeah.
So I'm like, I feel like that is one thing. Like, if you want to do something really adventurous, I feel like that can be hard if you're leaving a partner behind. So I feel like that's the only thing.
Yeah, I agree. Axel, you kind of puckered up when that question was asked. Did you have something to say?
Please don't put me on the spot, but
He leans into the mic.
Leans in.
I just feel. Can I talk?
Yeah.
I feel like you can like go through your own like healing. I mean, I think like that word like healing, like you can do it with like while you have a partner or while you're dating. But you just have to be just in the right mindset to empathize with the other person, and like, if you're a mess with yourself, like no, don't do it. But
Yeah.
just that.
Yeah, so there's
I
like
think. Yeah,
There's balance. to it.
balance.
yeah.
But if you're mentally ill, maybe don't do it.
Oh.
That's me. And
Me when I was talking to somebody on Hinge and they kept wanting to meet up with me. They were so hot. I was so excited and he kept bailing and I was like, what the fuck? He's like, sorry, I'm just so mentally ill. I was like, real king. Real.
That's the shit of 2024, dude.
I was like, when you're hot, but you can't hang out because you're mentally ill.
We're heading toward the end. This is the end of humanity as we know it. I hope we answered that question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you guys did a good job. Something a little lighter. What should I do if my partner does porn?
Does porn?
Does.
Oh wow.
Currently does porn.
I thought it was they watch porn.
No.
Let's answer both.
I feel like to each their own. Like if it bothers you, then probably that's not the person you want to be with. If they feel really strongly about doing it, if that's how they make their
doing
money.
porn or watching porn. What do you specify?
I think she's talking
I'm talking about doing porn.
Porn.
If they make a lot of money, I might not be mad. No, I feel like to each Miguel would be mad.
I'm furious.
No, I feel like if it's something that really bothers you, then that's probably not the person for you. If that's how they're going to be making their money, because like you don't want to make somebody feel bad for the way that they earn their money, you know. And if they're watching porn and you're not down, then maybe that's something to talk about, or it's like, y'all want to watch together or what? It's like
fun.
Yeah, so it's like
no, not fun. Sorry.
Why not?
Oh, I don't know.
To each their own. No, that's why I feel like everything can be a conversation, and if it's a conversation with no resolution, then maybe that can become an issue.
Resolution.
Yeah,
I agree.
Let's hear it.
This question was targeted.
Yeah, this is definitely targeted. No, I think honestly, like one of the first dating like experiences that I had ever had was I was dating someone who and they didn't tell me. I had to I figured it out that they had an OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a really big part of me that was like, okay, just let it go. Like if they're making money, like that's how they make money, whatever. And I genuinely tried to let it go because I thought I was being judgmental. That I was like, I don't want them to do this. And that made me feel like a bad person. So like I was suffering. And I tried to let it go for like 2 weeks. And then I literally, dude, I couldn't sleep. Like I would be up all night, like thinking about it. So then I brought it up and it was a conversation that we had. And they had just said that it was not what they wanted to do, but because it was providing like very significant like financial gain.
Yeah. And so they were good.
Yeah, they were good at it or whatever. And they let me know that it was just them, you know, on the OnlyFans or whatever, and that it wasn't anyone else. Because I was also worried. I was like, should I get tested? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But that was something that I had later realized that it's not something that I have to worry about because I'm not good enough for them, or like because they, you know, like financial gain or whatever. Like that's something that they could actually want to have for themselves, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. But to me, I was so convinced that like I was the bad person because I thought I thought that was like a bad thing. Mm-hmm. When in reality, it wasn't that I thought it was a bad thing. Like you do whatever you want, but if I'm in a relationship, like I want my partner to not do that.
Yeah.
And so since then, like I found one, and like everyone's cool. Like they, so I don't know, man. But I remember I was frustrated. I was mad. I was sad.
I feel like for me, if I was dating a woman that did an OnlyFans, I'd be like, yeah, get your bag, queen. Like, get your bag for both of us. Take me out on that couch. But if I was dating a man who did OnlyFans, I'd be mad.
Wow. What do you think is the difference?
Because trust no man.
Real.
So maybe that's the reality.
Yeah, maybe.
Trust no man. No, if you're dating a woman, you'd be mad too.
Yeah, honestly, no. I just personally, I think I've learned. I don't want that for me.
No, for me, I just also feel like women are just so sexualized, and so like when we capitalize off of that, I'm like, period.
Yeah.
I've been on dates with a lot of women who are like, yeah, I just sold my undies on whatever. I'm like, okay, send me the link. Like, how did you do this?
How can I get a pair?
No, I don't want a pair.
Oh.
No, like, how did you get into this market?
Okay, love it.
Yeah, I don't think I care.
But yeah, honestly, if your partner is like if your partner does, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was mad.
I don't care.
I was mad.
For me, I'd be thrilled.
Yeah, but that's okay. Like if you are mad, that's also okay. Like
no, that's fine. So it's like
to each their own. Every every single answer we have to the question. To each
I got
own,
my
bro.
degree and to each their own.
Yeah, I got my degree and to each their own. Next question.
What is your take on not labeling being together, but questioning who the other person is talking to?
I don't like that. I don't like it.
Let's
I don't
talk
like
about
that.
it. You don't like it.
I don't like it.
Why not?
Do you want to be with me? Yes or no? Check
I
yes
agree.
or no.
I agree.
Do you love me?
Yes or
check yes.
fucking no.
No, do a backflip.
Hey, when I say jump, you say how high.
Yeah, we're lovers. We want to know.
That's my Scorpio placement.
Okay, that's all I have to say.
What was the question?
Oh my God. What is your take on not labeling being together, but questioning who the other person talks to?
I think if you guys are struggling with labeling it, it's definitely a conversation to be had.
That's what I'm saying. Like all the things with relationships is like if you can't have a conversation about it, then
You're not supposed to
you're
be
not
together.
having a relationship.
Yeah.
It's not a relationship. If you can't talk about it, you guys are not a grown up in a grown up relationship.
On the opposite hand, how to talk to about like if you're talking to someone else, I think it's also very appropriate to say like I'm openly dating. Like
Yeah,
I'm getting
you
to know
need
a
to
bunch
say
of
that because like people need to get tested. People need to be safe about shit.
Yeah. And
And-
also, if you're not seriously dating, like you're just getting to know people, then that's
Yeah.
good on you. Like you're
And-
not obliged to
But
do
like
whatever
be
anybody
open with that
wants.
because the clap is going around, honey. Like everybody needs to be getting tested.
Don't we know it?
We all know it.
More specifically. Don't we know it?
Don't we know it? Okay.
Next question.
This one's actually kind of funny. My girlfriend wants an engagement ring, but her ideal ring is ugly. Help.
Gagged.
Bruh.
What does it look like? And why are you as a man questioning what your
Bro,
fiance?
happy wife, happy life. Put that rock on her head.
Yeah, honestly,
I'm
just
gonna
make her happy.
look up what they texted in.
What is
but
Simmer?
He said it was
I think
lavanda green. Okay, that's a beautiful ring.
Yeah, are you on crack?
Yeah. What kind of ring does she want?
I
that
think this is
one.
the ring that she wants. Like something like
Bitch.
That's
I think this is
nice.
it.
Okay,
I
up
think
your
this is it.
style. Look, she's different.
Have we ever considered maybe you're the problem?
Have we ever considered that she doesn't want a basic ass ring?
Yeah.
That you got yourself a gem of a woman and she wants a gem to match.
You did not go to Daniels. You did not go to K
You did not-
Jewelers.
She did not go to
You
Jared.
went to the depths of whatever
ocean.
foreign country. You needed to dig up that stone.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Your girl is different.
But
She's
if
not like other girls.
But if it doesn't look like the ring that we're currently looking at,
We're so sorry.
We're so
if it's
sorry.
really ugly.
No, this is the ring. Like
That's the
I
ring.
think this is the ring.
Yeah, bro, that's cool as fuck.
Okay, the ring that I'm looking at looks like Christ worn it 12,000 years ago.
So close your eyes, put that ring on her finger, and
Happy wife, happy life.
happy wife, happy life.
Next question.
This
honestly.
kind of actually piggybacks off what you just said. How do I know if I'm the problem?
You are. I think, bro, somebody told me that everybody plays their part in the problem. Everybody's either enabling the problem or is the problem. So
I love that.
if you have a problem, you're enabling it or
Wait, that should be the episode podcast title.
bro, like
If you're not enabling the problem, you are the problem.
yeah, or else there's not a problem. So think on that.
Yeah, I think if you have to ask yourself if I'm the problem, maybe check yourself.
No, that's not true because the girlies be dating the gaslighting men. So,
Real.
but
Okay.
then I'm saying if you're dating a gaslighter, you're kind of enabling the problem.
But how do you
stand
know
up,
that you're dating
queen?
a gaslighter though?
Because they have to prove it to you.
Like
Yeah.
you're being
If they're
gaslit,
treating you
right?
like shit
you're not.
though, you may not know when they're gaslighting you, but like you know you're supposed to be treated better. Stand up, queen. Crown
Stand up. Yeah, honestly, literally, like, but
Me crying every day.
I guess once again,
Me not being texted every day.
to each their own. To each their own. But I think if you have to ask yourself if I'm the problem, maybe do like a little checklist.
Yeah, a little
Maybe
pros,
a
and cons list.
Yeah, with like
I love my pros and cons list.
I love a Venn diagram.
A Venn diagram.
Love a Venn diagram, and then but don't lean on that too hard because it could also be gaslighting you.
Yeah.
Once again, to
Period.
each their
To
own.
each
That's the name of the episode for real.
Wait, can you go to the first question on the first page?
This one?
No, the first. Next.
Oh,
Where'd
this
it
one.
go?
Oh yeah, I think you would like this one. Made out with a girl after a concert once and still think about her sometimes.
This is targeted to me.
Wait, why did you relate so heavy?
Because this is targeted to me.
Wait, Richie, read the question again.
Made out with a girl at after a concert once and still think about her sometimes.
We had a fun time. That was at the Chapel Rowan concert. Hey,
so you're
if you're listening. Sorry, I'm currently in love.
okay. Your little person is obviously listening.
I'm currently busy.
That was the answer to that. I can't answer that.
Bro, that's insane. Aw,
I love that.
They listen to my.
They listen.
Cute. Let's go back to Chapel Rowan. We had a fun time.
And I think this is the last one we're gonna do. What do I do if my boyfriend doesn't believe that I created him in my manifesting journal?
Manifest that he believes it in your journal.
Real.
That's brilliant.
Put a hex on him and go from there.
Yeah, guys, I feel like 2024 is the year of journaling and
putting hexes on people.
Maybe not that, but maybe we're putting hexes on them.
Bro, whoever put a hex on me to get strep throat 4 times, you better knock it off. Because
yeah, whoever has
so
my
mean.
voodoo dog, could you like thin him out a little bit? Just like flatten him a little bit. No, but if you're in okay, first of all, I feel like if you had to manifest your boyfriend in a journal.
What's wrong with
What do you mean?
I just feel like you haven't dipped your toes in the pond.
What do you mean?
Like you haven't like dabbled.
No, what?
What is
basically,
going on?
do you know what manifesting means? It's like you writing everything you want in somebody, and then like she's like, I'm dating him. Like, wow, like I literally said I want all these.
So it's like a cute thing.
Yeah.
but he's
I thought we were like siding with like the negativity. I was like, yeah,
No.
bro, like fuck that.
No.
Then that's good.
He doesn't have to believe it as long as he keeps treating you white.
Treating you white? Boo.
Boo.
Damn.
All I'm saying is I think like
Guys, I'm strapped. Be nice to me.
even if that, never trust a man. Never
Period.
trust a man.
Axel?
Good to know. So now we know.
All right, so this is the last one, and this is actually the reason why we're doing this pod. My friend is in a long distance age gap situationship with a dad. Help.
Bruh.
I love that.
So,
honestly,
background on the story. How big was the age gap again? Like,
I think it was like
38 and 20.
Yeah, like 21, like 20 even.
Like 20, yes. 38 and 20.
At what age did they meet?
I think around that. It's only been.
I think it was very recent.
Yeah, like it's only been like a few months. So she couldn't have been older, like younger than 9.
Very weird.
Yeah. Bad.
I said honestly, if you're 38 and you have to even say the word situationship,
That's so embarrassing.
that's embarrassing.
No, I just feel bad for this young person. But as a friend, I have been in a situation like this where your friend is young and dating somebody who's really old. You say your piece, you tell them like it is, you're honest with them, but at some point you have to get the fuck over it and be a good friend and just be supportive, because if not, your friend is going to cut you off, because the reality is they're never going to choose you over a boy. They're never going to choose you over a friend, because they're in a toxic relationship. All they really need is support. They don't need somebody telling them not to be in it, because at the end of the day, they already know.
That just makes them resent you.
Yeah, it just makes them resent you. So I'm like, as the friend, say your piece and then shut up.
Yeah.
Say your piece and then be a friend. Just be there to pick up the pieces, because they're
Do whatever
already
it is that you can. I don't know.
I don't know. It could get dangerous.
Yeah, but
20 and 30.
That's why you need to keep up the
But you know what?
relationship.
Something that's not in this question that was talked about when we were with this person who had brought this question up was that they have a kid, the 38-year-old.
Our 38-year-old is a dad. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's looking for a mother.
It could get dangerous like really fast.
Yeah.
I agree.
And that's why I feel like you can't control somebody else's actions. And that's why I feel like it's important to be the friend and like continue being there for them and allowing them to trust you and like come to you to be able to share these scary stories, because like at the end of the day, like they're going to do what they're going to do. There's nothing you can do about it other than be there for them. And
then when
pick up the
it's come
pieces,
times to pick up the pieces, then you're going to be there. But
yeah, and they'll remember that like the whole time, even you know that you knew that they didn't support you, but that they were there for you. You're gonna turn to that person when you need them, you know.
But it's definitely looks really, really weird from the 38-year-old's perspective.
Oh yeah, that's wild.
How do you have a kid and you're dating a 20-year-old?
Well, yeah. So obviously,
Peace and blessings to them.
But to each their
To each to each their own.
All right, that is our episode. Thank you guys so much for writing your questions. Honestly, a lot of them are really good. Some of them are heinous, so thank you for that.
Some of them were freaky.
So you freaky ass bitches. But yeah, no, this was really fun. I'm sorry if our information and advice was absolutely terrible. If you take any of this advice and things go haywire, you heard our what is it called?
Honestly, guys, if the advice worked, I don't know.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
That's crazy.
Our skill. What is the word? Our skills that we have.
Our qualifications.
The ADHD
That's
is
good. Who's high, me or
hard
you?
today.
Guys, a lot.
If the advice worked, I gave you the advice, and if
all
it
the
didn't, Mandy gave you the advice. So.
Honestly, period.
Period.
Slay. Anyways, this has been the podcast episode. I am Mandy. You can find me at Manda Harrison.
I am Miguel. You can find me at Miguel X Antonio.
Excel.
Oh my God, hi. Thank you for having me, guys.
We didn't have you. This wasn't an official guest
sorry,
invite.
yeah.
We just wanted
It
your
was just
opinions sometimes.
unexpected, yeah.
Yeah. Where
But
can the people find you?
Oh, my Instagram is AxelRiver4.
Period.
Love
And he has some
that.
cute little Coachella pics on there, so go like them.
Go like it.
And go ahead and join us next episode where I will be getting my tonsils removed via beheading.
Okay. Performed by me.
The Lord Far Squad pod is hosted by Amanda Harrison, Miguel Antonio, and Barbie Chavez. Listen wherever podcasts are available. Our producer is Richard Cunningham. Our theme song is produced by Lorena Latorre. Our artwork is by Joshua Estrada. Follow the Lord Far Squad podcast on Instagram at the Lord Far Squad pod. Feel free to send us your questions at the Lord Far Squad podcast at gmail.com.